It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's coming up next.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
First play, Mahomes looking to throw it. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 9. Now here's Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage. and threw him for a loss.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, and that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
We're scoreless after 1. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Second down and 8. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. To throw, it's Mahomes. Touchdown! And Xavier Worthy from 17 yards out. And the Chiefs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit, because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Behind the chain, second and 13. Allen off the play fake. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. It'll go down as a gain of 6, 3rd and 7 now. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Allen to throw once more. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To the air, Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Mahomes. Man open left side is Brown. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Mahomes going to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end, Gray. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes to throw once more. That's going to be caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Allen now looks to throw. Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
A final shot before half for Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Allen, a short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
40 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
In motion goes the tight end. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's George Karlaftis greeting him behind the line with a big stop.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 36. Throwing now is Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
The kick by Bass is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's Mahomes to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Trying for it with P-Ryan. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It's a pickup of 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Pacheco gets it up the gut, and he stopped immediately there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Back to throw. Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Pirine. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Now here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.